and a warm welcome to another edition of Kogi in Focus, your weekly program that brings you happenings within the state capital and across the three senatorial zones of the Nigerian confluent state, Kogi, within the last 7 days. I'm Oluwatosin Osuji. In today's package, Kogi State APC declares indirect primaries at all levels. Kogi launches her official state priority response plan to end violence against children. And when we hit the streets, the issue of charity will be our focus as the world marks charity on the 5th of September. These and many more when we return. Stay tuned.
It's Kogi, Nigeria's confluent state, the country's melting point where anything and everything can happen. Kogi in Focus is the program keeping Nigerians abreast of developments in and around the country's most strategically located state. From politics, government to the people, farming to entertainment, sport and a whole lot more. We've got it covered on Kogi in Focus. Watch Kogi in Focus every Monday at 4:30 p.m. on your channel of choice, Africa Independent Television, AIT. For your contributions, feedback and advert placements, please contact us through the displayed phone numbers and social media handles. Kogi in Focus, reaching everywhere, informing everyone. Don't be left out.
Welcome back. The All Progressives Congress APC in Kogi State has adopted the indirect primaries to produce its candidates for the 2019 general elections. The consensus was reached during an executive council meeting in Lokoja.
Consider the time from now before we start primary election. If we should go by direct primary, I don't think we have time for that. The time is too short.
If we said we should do direct primaries, it's going to cost a lot of expenses for our leader, the governor of Kogi State.
To me, as far as Kogi State is concerned, indirect primary, we show that we know the number of delegates we will have.
I would align myself with the options that have been proposed by the first three speakers, which is specifically the indirect primary option. And the reason is very simple. They have enumerated many reasons, which are all valid and genuine.
Governor Yahaya Bello used the opportunity provided by the meeting to dismiss rumors that he has his anointed candidate and express satisfaction with the decision to adopt indirect primaries.
As far as I'm concerned, whichever option you choose, either direct, indirect, or consensus, all are contained in our party constitution. And it is recognized by the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, 1999, as amended. Whoever emerge as candidates after the primaries, using the mode you have chosen, will be my candidate.
Others at the meeting echoed the governor's sentiment.
Your Excellency, indirect primaries enhances proper coordination and good management, hence avoids rowdiness since it makes use of only party delegates and not the party card-carrying members. Your Excellency, indirect primaries are less expensive.
Everybody knows what is beneficiary to him. If we go into direct primary, it's an opportunity for our opponent to sponsor people to disorganize us.
Who are scattered everywhere in the states that are not yet registered. PDP, for example, we have some fraction of EPC who were old EPC who has moved to PDP. Some of them has gone to ABDA, different political parties, just like we have plenty other people that has moved into our party. If we go by the way of direct primary, we are only asking those people to come and cause confusion.
For instance, we decided to conduct our primaries using direct primary. Those who don't agree may be in other centers with the same APC membership card, conducting their own direct primaries. At the end of the day, our party will suffer the consequence.
We have resolved to go for indirect primaries in all our primary elections.
State Party Chairman Abdullahi Bello said all will be done to ensure free, fair and credible primary elections across the state. Former and serving National Assembly members, APC state executive members and some top government officials attended the meeting. Kogi State Government has launched what it calls its Priority Response Plan to end violence against children. The Ministry of Women Affairs, in collaboration with the Office of the Wife of the Governor, with Action Aid, promise safety of children from all forms of abuse and violence.
The campaign to end violence against children started with a street walk in the state capital Lokoja to create awareness. It was followed by the launch of the official handbook titled Ending Violence Against Children in Nigeria, a multi-sectoral response to the 2014 Nigerian Violence Against Children survey. The book was jointly authored by CDC, USAID, Together for Girls, UNICEF, and SMILE. Commissioner of Women Affairs and Social Development and other government officials enumerated the state government's plan to tackle violence against children.
This is for us a very good beginning in our effort to address violence against children. Our commitment to ensuring its implementation is solid, and we intend to keep it so for the best interest of the child. With today's launching, Kogi State is the 10th in the country to have successfully developed and launched the EVAC document.
His Excellency would want to reassure all of us that when we look at the budget of Kogi State for the year 2018, we will have and would observe special intervention funds directed at women, youths, and children. Our supporters and those who have carried this program on these last 5 years should be rest assured that your effort in the seeds that you have planted will not be truncated.
The PEC project of Our Excellency Mrs. Rashida Bello has the welfare and the well-being of children as its main focus, because Our Excellency knows the values of catering for children and protecting them, because they are the future leaders of tomorrow.
Representatives of all the stakeholder establishments spoke in a similar vein.
It is very important to remind ourselves that every child has the right to be protected from all forms. This right is protected in the United Nations Convention on the Rights of the Children.
We need to strengthen the law enforcement agencies and create specified child units. Some of the agencies handling issues around humanity, including children, do not know how to relate with children. So we are saying that as a matter of urgency and priority, we are going to create specialized units in all these agencies, especially the military, and all the paramilitary and other service agencies.
The issue of violence against children is an issue that you need to pay attention, the culture of silence. In a lot of ways, even women are not able to tell when their husbands violate their children. The culture needs to be broken.
We assist persons on the basis of need, regardless of their creed, their ethnicity, or their nationality. And we are committed as CRS to improving the quality of lives of people, especially the most vulnerable
in the states where we work within Nigeria through various funded programs in health, social services, agriculture, livelihoods, and humanitarian response.
I beg on the government to really look on the issue of our children and to back our efforts by implementing the program effectively.
The children were not left out.
The agonies of our children in the Northeast due to the activities of the Boko Haram and of the late farmers' herdsmen, clashes that have rendered many families homeless and our children completely dehumanized and traumatized. Gender inequality is both the causes and consequences of violence against women and children. In the world today, the efforts of the SMILE project in collaboration with the Kogi state government to launch this government today can never be forgotten. Today, history has been made once again in the conflict state to stop violence against children in the state.
Drama, dance, and other side attractions were introduced to spice up the day.
Excuse me, sir. I'm Inspector Akpan from the state superintendent. And you are under arrest. Anything you say or do shall be used against you in the court of law.
The world will be a better place if we can love and care, cherish them, so in love.
The National AIDS Indicator Impact Survey NAIS team is in Kogi State ahead of its mass survey and test to discover HIV and hepatitis carriers to provide them with the support that will enable them live normal lives. Speaking during the planning and sensitization meeting in Lokoja, the team says its mission is part of support received from the USAID for HIV and hepatitis carriers.
This state to create awareness about the survey we are conducting to know the current situation of HIV in the state. We want to be sure of where we are, but what is certain is that people are no longer dying of HIV like before because drugs are available. Because it's a population-based survey, every local government is involved. And then enumeration areas, which are the units that we measure populations with, have been selected specifically, and then also within those places will be studied.
Yeah, we expect the cooperation and buy-in of all the people that were here. The reason why we have come is because government and our international partners have put together a robust program that will help get the near exact situation of the prevalence of HIV and AIDS in Nigeria. This result, if obtained, especially as it targets community population-based survey.
The state government called on residents of the state to cooperate with the visiting team.
Next 7 months and 7 weeks, the entire team will be deployed to Kogi State. And it's important that we mobilize our people so that they get better information about it.
Activities of NERS in tandem with our development partners is very, very, very commendable. On behalf of the government and people of Kogi State, we wish to extend our gestures to your effort. And the fight against HIV, AIDS is really ongoing. And I can assure you, at various forums or forum, the government of Kogi State has not been lagging behind.
Community representatives told the visitors to ensure their campaign reaches to the nooks and crannies of the state. Nahis said they have designated 25 comprehensive centers and 46 city service provider centers where free drugs for HIV, AIDS and hepatitis would be provided. 3 standard screening and testing laboratories will be set up across the 3 senatorial districts and 1 in the state capital, Lokoja. If you are just joining us, this is Kogi in Focus, the weekly review program of activities and happenings of government and the people in and around Kogi State in the last 1 week. For your contributions, comments, and maybe for your event, you can reach us via social media handles and phone numbers displayed on your screen. than 150 households in 64 villages have been trapped by the recent flooding in Kogi State, caused by the overflow of the banks of the Niger and Benue rivers. Relief efforts at federal and state levels are underway, as hundreds of persons have been relocated to 5 different camps within Kogi Kotonkarfi local government area of the state.
The Kogi State Ministry of Environment and State Emergency Management Authority, in collaboration with National Emergency Management Authority, has started gathering data of persons affected by flooding across the state. The national and state emergency officials say plans are in place to resettle affected persons.
The major problem we are confronted with is that to ask them to relocate from their community to live there completely will not be possible, because that is where they are born, their great grandfather, that is where they are. So there is no how we go ask them to relocate to the upland. But local government, we are trying on our part, even sponsoring jingles, including SEMA, to tell them that this thing live. We have about 67 or thereabout communities in Kogi local government that is suffering from this flooding. Mind you, it's not been an easy task for the local government to relocate 67 communities, not even the state. That is why we will be appealing, passionate appeal to NEMA through the state to come and assist us and partner with us in that respect.
Many of these individuals are children and are so vulnerable, and we are finding it actually difficult, to actually do this all alone. And I thank God that NEMA is here and they are cooperating, and the state government actually is doing a lot. Right now, as I'm talking to you, they're meeting in making sure that those that have been trapped and the provision of other relevant items are being given to the IDPs that are here.
The flood-displaced persons expressed gratitude to the authorities for their intervention and called for a permanent solution to their problem.
Now, most of our people are not struggling. Some are waiting for our king to bring them now. They are now waterable. They are loaded seat there, waiting for king that will convey them here.
Our building has been broke down now. There's no means for us to build it back now. So we need the government to help us so that we shall build our houses back. And there's no food for us to eat by now. So we need government to help us with the food to eat for now.
National and State Emergency Management Authorities say they will continue gathering data of affected persons until the flooding subsides.
So we will take their data and take it back to Abuja, then recommend to the federal government to assist them. This is a natural disaster which one cannot stop. It's a natural one, but I'm trying to tell you that as soon as possible, NEMA has to respond as soon as possible to see how we can do and how these people that are trapped are come out of those places.
One adult and a child were reported killed by the recent flooding, which has affected several communities, including Bako, Nuri, Ekurika, and Babasu. Others are Panda, Adamuzi, Edega 123, and Adabijere.
Following the recent appointments of some traditional rulers into vacant stools across the 3 senatorial zones, the President Ohi of Adavi, His Royal Highness Mohammed Bello, and Eje of Ofu Chief James Abalaka send their appreciation to the government and the people for finding them worthy to lead at such a time as this. They promise their loyalties to the people at all times.
I'm particularly grateful to the government, His Excellency, and the higher Ados Adeni for granting the approval for me to become the Ohi of Adavi. My plan is to continue to assist the government to ensure that that peace is sustained and continually improved upon. Again, I will, in that regard, cooperate fully with the state government and local government to help in empowering our people.
I do appreciate my governor for my elevation to this position of AJ. And not only my governor, even the atomic gala, consider me worthy to occupy this seat. I'm very grateful to them. My people, they have no drinking water. And they have to travel, if they want to fetch water, they travel long distance to river before they fetch water. So if the government can help me dig wells to provide water for my people, I'll be very grateful.
The present Ohi of Adavi replaced the late Royal Highness Ibrahim Bello, who passed on over a year now, and likewise the present Eje of Ofu replaced the late Chief Peter Adebo of Palua, who also passed on 2 years now. Charity to everyone is an act of giving support or arm to less privileged or anyone in time of need. According to Longman Dictionary for Advanced Learner, charity is a formal kindness or sympathy that you show towards other people. To the people on this street and to some religious clergy, what is charity? Let's join our crew on the street to hear what the people have to say.
I think it's a day that we can also take a leave on this particular day. Whatever you have, you share, so that those people who are less privileged, those people who are needy, who are downtrodden, we equally have this sense of belonging.
Just like the Bible said, it said, if I have the gift of prophecy, I have the gift of teaching, but I don't have charity in me, he said, I'm just like a sounding trembling. It's just like an empty barrel. That you are living today and you don't have love inside of you. Love is God. God is love. And God is charity himself. Showing charity is like bringing peace into the society. It's what we have lacked today in our society, that things are turning upside down. We no longer love ourselves. We no longer love our neighbor. We just feel like I'm on my own. Anything that happens, it goes does. You see a man or somebody in position of office today, all they want to do, want to embezzle everything. And whereas there are people suffering outside there, just to support them is a problem. If we begin to show this love, our society will be a better place to dwell.
You are giving. As you are giving them, God is giving you. Why waiting for people to ask before you give? So I am advising everybody to develop the habit of giving out from what Allah said in the Holy Quran, because you can never claim. Allah is challenging. It's in form of challenging that there is no other way shall you attain righteousness. So if you want to be a righteous servant, please be giving.
Let's take for instance now, you don't have money, but maybe there is somebody that is in need, and you see that maybe the environment of that person is not well kept, and you have the ability of doing that. When you do that, you also give up.
In Islam, it refers to what we call sadaqah. Sadaqah is the alms you give to those that are less privileged, or those that are unable to acquire or to get something to themselves that is of benefit. So charity that is being given to them, those that are at the top, meaning those that are in possession of it, are to give to those that are in need of it.
My advice to people is that they should see fit, since God have not made us to be equal. When they see that they are privileged than other people that are less privileged, those that are needed our help, they are the next neighbors, they were there too, that needed our help. When you have anything, you have to share with them.
This is where we wrap it up on today's edition. Join us for another package next week, same time on this station. I remain your sincere Oluwatosin Usuji. And don't forget to keep doing unto others what you want them to do to you. Have a fruitful week.